When Mrs. Erdos told us to begin thinking about ideas for our senior research project, my immediate idea was to write some kind of story. I enjoy writing a lot, and coupled with my passion for theater, I began to think about writing my own one act play. However, I've always been a bit self conscious of my work, and it made me hesitant to share it with others. This made the initial decision to undertake such a public project in such a way a bit difficult for me. I kept trying to think of different ideas, ones that would be a bit more in my comfort zone, but it always kept coming right back to the play. And eventually, I ended up choosing just to write it because it was something that I love to do and something that I wanted to create. And I guess here we are, right? Well, not quite. Even though coming up with my initial idea was a challenge, it was just the beginning of my journey as a playwright. My next challenge to overcome was a seemingly simple one. What should the play be about? The plot began as a fairly lighthearted comedy where a group of friends went on what they thought was a pretend quest, even though it turns out to be a little more real than they expected. However, I never really latched onto the idea, despite hours of work being put into it, the characters, the plot, everything. I've spent a long time trying to come up with it, and it just never stuck. It never felt right to me. I was never proud of what I made. So it just kind of fell apart. But despite these initial struggles, I came up with another plot in the first few weeks of June that year. I liked it much, much more than the original. In general, the basic plot idea fell into place much more easily than the original had, with it taking me a total of about an hour or maybe an hour and a half to write down my basic idea, whereas the original one had taken me hours just to come up with. The premise began with a girl, who I named Ava, cleaning out her closet in the process of packing up for college. The items and memories found inside intensify her fear of taking that huge step into adulthood and moving away from her childhood home. However, she also knows that she has to move forward. After all, time waits for no man, and she can't just sit there and wait for it to turn back. This paralyzing fear is represented through two conflicting personifications: her nostalgia and her ambition. The two argue constantly throughout the play, pulling on different childhood memories in an attempt to sway her. Of course, writing and directing such a big production is no easy task. There are a lot of pieces that must come together to create a meaningful show outside of the script itself. To begin, I need to have a cast. This part of the production was new for me, as I am typically the auditioner instead of the person who is having someone else audition for them. This occurred in January or early February, pretty soon after the musical Fiddler on the Roof ended. Okay. I pulled some lines from the main characters of the show, and I sent it out to people within the drama program or Mr. Murphy's theater classes who may be interested. I ended up with a lot of tough decisions to make, as a lot of the people who tried out were very talented actors. The process of putting a cast together took a bit longer than expected, as many people were busy during the time at which they were held. Once it was completed, however, I had a group of people who I truly thought would do an amazing job with my show. Due to the COVID-19 virus, we were only sadly able to have one practice that occurred in person. All the other practices occurred weekly, over Zoom. Eventually, I was faced with another disappointing fact. The play couldn't be performed on stage. It would have to be performed and recorded over Zoom. Though this was very disappointing for me, it did offer a unique experience. Several scenes and a lot of the plan blocking had to be changed to fit such a platform. It became an interesting challenge for both me and the cast, and despite limited resources, I'm actually really proud of the result and all of the hard work that we put into it. This play has been so close to my heart for almost a year now. I think that part of the reason I liked the idea so much was because it voiced a lot of my own fears about moving on and truly becoming an adult. Starting college has always seemed like a pretty daunting milestone for me. This play has been a way of reassuring myself and others with the same fear that even though life is changing, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I think the biggest thing that I've learned as a writer through this project is that when you're writing, put yourself into the story. Make something that you would love to see on stage. If you want to write something that hits close to home, create something that does that for you. If you want to write something that makes others laugh, you have to write it so that you find it funny too. If the play can't even affect the writer in any kind of way, it has a much, much lower chance of resonating with the audience. Before we begin the show, which I will be showing on this presentation, I would like to thank some wonderful people who made this completed project possible. I've had loads of help, especially from my wonderful mentor, Ms. Bonke. She has guided me through this entire thing, giving me advice and help with various activities the entire way. Her experience writing and directing her own shows has been indispensable for me, and I am so grateful for her help. And I'm very glad that I had the opportunity to get to know her much, much better than I had before. I would also like to thank my wonderful family and friends who have always pushed me to be the best version of myself, and they're never afraid to offer constructive criticism. Thank you to the cast as well for working so hard on the show and for helping me to bring this story to life. I appreciate all of them so much, and I am so thankful to have been blessed with such an amazing group of people. Finally, I would like to thank God for all of the opportunities and talents He's given me, including this wonderful chance to share my work with others. And now, without further ado, I present to you The World Inside My Closet.
College is amazing, Ava. I promise. You get a lot more freedom. You get your own space. You're going to meet so many amazing people. I met some of my closest friends in college, and you're just going to love it.
That's great, Mom.
I mean, think of all the cool things you'll be able to do. You could join the robotics club, or you could join the basketball team, or you can even go out for band. I spent most of my time there myself. I mean, they travel all around the world. It's so great. Not only that, you're going to be getting a new roommate. Oh, I'm so excited for you to meet her. My roommate was my closest friend in college, and we still talk today.
Mom, I'm perfectly fine with my best friend now. Charlie, remember her? She's still alive, you know. And besides, roommates are assigned randomly. I have no clue what she'll be like. For all I know, I could hate her.
Ava, I know you have a perfectly fine best friend now. I love Charlie. But I'm just saying you're going to be making new friends in college, too. I know it could seem overwhelming, but I enjoyed every bit of the experience, and I know you will, too.
I know. I'm excited. I really am. I'm just stressed, too, is all. I'll be fine once I get there.
I'm so proud of you, honey. You're going to be amazing. Do you want any help packing up?
I think I've got it, but thanks.
Okay. I'll come get you for dinner.
Thanks, Mom. It's not like she's going to college. I don't understand why everyone treats college like the highlight of their life. The classes are harder and you just end up in a ton of debt. Sure, there might be some fun stuff, but who really has the time to spend on those things if they're concentrating on school? And what am I supposed to do after that? Get a job that doesn't pay enough? Buy a house I'll be paying off for most of my adult life? Paying bills, doing taxes? Get married? And then what? Ride it out until I die? Have some kids to spice it up for a few years, only for them to just grow up and leave me behind again. People make the freedom of adulthood sound so amazing. Everyone else is so excited to grow up, but that just sounds awful. What happened to all the wonder in the world? When did it all become so dull and complicated? Being a kid is just so much easier. I wish I could just go back to when my biggest problem was if mom gave me the snack I wanted.
I know, right? Why is everyone in such a rush? Being a kid is so much cooler.
What? Who said that? Maybe it was just my imagination. Wow, Mom. Really can't wait for me to get out of here, can you? I guess I might as well go through all of everything in here while I'm unpacking. It'll make the inevitable move out much simpler later. Huh. I thought I'd lost you years ago. I'll have to show you to Charlie. After all, you were her favorite toy until you were given to me.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, hi.
Hi, my name's Charlie. You looked a bit lonely. I was wondering if you wanted to play with us?
That's okay, but I really
No,
don't.
Bugs. Come on. It'll be fun. This is Ava. She's playing.
Hi, Ava. You can play with us.
Hi.
10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're out.
Hey, no fair. You were definitely peeking, you cheater.
I was not. I had my face covered the entire time. So you're it.
No, I'm not. That's not fair.
I mean, she did find you, and I never saw her peek.
It's none of your business, Will.
Calm down. It's just a game. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, what's the point of playing? What you're gonna do is argue.
I could be it. Then you two don't have to argue. I like being the seeker anyway.
Yes, let Ava be it.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay, visit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alex,
6.
Jesse, time to go.
You too, Cameron. We have to stop at the grocery store before we can make dinner.
Aww.
Hi, Laura, please.
No buts. Mommy has some stuff to get done before she can make dinner. So unless you want to eat at 10 o'clock tonight, we have to get going.
I'm sorry, honey, but we really need to leave.
Now that everyone's gone, do you want to meet one of my friends?
Sure. Where are they?
Right here. This is Muffin.
Oh, I love him. He's so cute. But why did you name him after a food?
Because muffins are the best. No, I'm serious. I mean, they have a taste to fit every mood.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
Sure, there are chocolate muffins, blueberry muffins, pumpkin muffins, egg and bacon muffins, snickerdoodle muffins.
Okay, I get it. You were right.
Hey, I think Muffin likes you. Do you want to hold on to him for a bit? And we can trade him every time we see each other. Do you live nearby?
Yeah, I live a few blocks away from here.
Charlie, time to go, sweetheart.
I gotta go now, but see you soon, okay?
Okay.
See, I told you that you'd have fun. Now come on, it's getting dark. We should start going home.
We stopped trading years ago. Why am I just now getting upset about it?
Because it sucks. That's why.
Ah!
Ah!
Who are you? What are you doing in my closet?
Dang, lady, you almost gave me a heart attack.
Hey, don't ignore me. Who are you?
Well, you see...
Ava, honey, are you okay? Are you screaming?
Don't you see the...
Oh, Ava, honey, are you alright? You're acting strange.
I'm fine. I must have just seen this mask. It scared me.
Okay, well, I'm going downstairs to make dinner. Unless you want help packing.
I think I've got it, but thanks.
Okay, I guess. I'll go downstairs. I'll call you down when dinner's ready.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, why can't my mom see you? Who are you?
I think you mean what?
What?
Exactly. See, I'm not a who, I'm a what. I'm your fear of change. I'm your nostalgia.
That's it. I'm going crazy. I'm absolutely going nuts.
Probably, but hey, I promise I'm here to help. There's actually a lot of really important stuff in here, and I think you could use a second opinion before you throw away anything that you might regret later.
I think I'm okay. I mean, I've done well so far.
Like this. Think of all that this book has done for you. You can't just throw it away.
I wasn't planning on it.
How about those 3 months in fourth grade?
You are now entering the wonderful, fantastic world of Narnia.
Hello, I'm Lucy. Who are you?
Why, hello there, Miss Lucy. I'm Mr. Tumnus. Would you like to come to my house for tea and cakes?
That sounds lovely. Thank you so much. So, are you a fawn? Do you live here?
I am a fawn, and this is my house. Of course I live here.
It's so pretty. But why is it so cold here? Mr. Tumnus, is everything all right?
It's the Ice Queen. She took over Narnia, forcing us into eternal winter.
That's awful. Who would ever do that?
She would, I guess. She's not a very nice person, and she thinks by making it winter forever, it'll make her queen forever. Tumnus, I hear you are harboring a daughter of Eve. Give her to me!
Seriously, why would you show up? The fun was just beginning, you jerk.
Oh, please, you're just being naive.
Who are you?
I'm your ambition, and this imbecile is just holding you back. You need to move forward in life, honey, and this moping around doesn't do you any good.
Oh, please. Like, life could get any better than that. These were the best times of her life. And if remembering them makes her happy, then so be it.
Really? Does she look happy to you?
Yes. I mean, think about how much fun she had. When's the last time she done something with that much fun, that much imagination in the past years? How about the past 2 years? Can you even remember anything that she did like that in the past 5 years?
You and I both know it wasn't as perfect as you want her to believe. I mean, just look.
Mr. Tumnus, is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's going pretty great. It's so cozy in here, and the snow is really pretty.
But isn't the Ice Queen terrible?
Nah, she can be pretty nice when she wants to. I think she just needs a friend, and then she'll start being nice.
But she's so manipulative. She'll just betray you.
No one's tried yet, have they?
It doesn't matter. She's the bad guy.
She doesn't have to be.
You're getting the story wrong. The Ice Queen can't be good. She's the villain.
You don't have to follow the story exactly. What's the point of playing pretend if we're not going to pretend?
Okay, guys, maybe we should.
We can pretend that we're the characters in the books.
That's no fun.
It is too. You just don't appreciate my ideas.
I appreciate them when they're good.
I am Aslan. I will save you all.
No, Will, you're not supposed to be Aslan. Dad said he would.
But I wanted to be Aslan. I called it.
I'm fine with just lying around if you really want the part, Will.
You'd make a better Edmund with all your whining.
Hakuna Matata?
Seriously? But he's such a wimp.
Guys, calm down. This is supposed to be fun. Oh no, it's the Ice Queen!
Tumnus, I hear you are harboring a daughter of Eve. Give her to me. No, I will not hand her over. Then my spy will take her.
Oh, yeah. I am Malgrim, and I serve only my lady.
I've got you. Aslan! Save us!
Don't worry, I will save the day.
The past is full of conflict. You just choose not to remember any of it. Your childhood wasn't entirely perfect. It wasn't the wonderland you wanted it to be.
But my point is still made. Look at them all in their own world full of wonder and imagination. You can't just find something that magical when you get older. Besides, look at how quick they just got over that argument. Just a little bit of drama. That's all. No blood spilled.
They bickered the entire evening after that.
Minor details.
They got into a fight again a week later.
So what? Kids fight fast and hard, and they get over it just as quick.
The argument lasted at least a week. Actual blood was drawn.
Okay, first off, no fair. You can't just keep going back through time until you find one bad memory to bring up. And second, of course they were passionate. It was a battle for honor. You can't just back down from that.
I could bring up plenty more nostalgia. You know that. I could go on for hours about her imperfect years of youth, just like anybody else could. And it wasn't a battle for honor at all. Ava and William got into a fight about who was better at sports, and they held countless ridiculous competitions to prove who was better. And it ended after Ava threw a dodgeball at William, and it smacked him in the face, and his nose bled everywhere. I wouldn't exactly call that a battle for honor, and even if it was, I don't think it could be counted as a legitimate form of imagination. It was just two kids with big egos trying to best one another and nothing more.
Well, Ava saw it as a battle of honor, didn't you, Ava? See, Ava had been insulted, and she needed to make sure that it wasn't going to happen again. She was a queen declaring war after her name had been dragged through the mud.
Enough of your childish whimsy. It wasn't that complicated. You just remember it that way because you think it's more fun. Besides, imagination doesn't die as one grows older. In fact, quite the opposite occurs. It changes and matures, becoming more intentional and refined. Its eccentricities die away, leave behind minds that create masterpieces in art and literature. Humans are allowed to express themselves and have imagination without frolicking and going on about dragons and kingdoms and the like.
But that's so boring. Fantasy and wonder are the best parts of being a kid. So if those are gone, then what's left of imagination?
Why must you be so dramatic? Not everything is life and death. People are allowed to grow up and still be imaginative. They're allowed to give a whimsy and still be able to create wonderful things.
But
can you two calm down, please? I need to finish this.
Wait, keep that.
Why? I don't need it anymore.
But it's Moose. He was your best friend for like 10 years.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
No, wait.
What?
Keep that.
What? Why would she need to keep that?
She could give it to her kids.
What child would want to play with that thing? Her hair is completely destroyed.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Ava, do you even want kids?
I don't know yet, but I guess it couldn't hurt to keep it, just in case. Better than regretting tossing it later.
Ooh, definitely keep that.
What? Why? Why on earth would she need to keep such a minuscule piece of garbage?
I'll have you know that minuscule piece of garbage is from our trip to Boston. It's a memento.
We literally have an album of over 500 pictures on our phone from that trip.
Hey, it's always good to have physical representations.
It's an empty junior mints box.
But it's full of memories.
Ava, just ignore him. You don't need to keep everything. We wrote a journal entry on this, took pictures, and bought mementos. We don't need to keep that old piece of trash.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just a box.
Ava, look at this.
Oh, I was so sure that we make a fortune from selling these things.
Ava, I got more yarn and a notebook. Have you come up with a name yet?
Not yet. I came up with a bunch of stuff we could offer with the dolls, though.
Like what?
Well, I thought we could make them clothes, like hats and dresses.
That's perfect. Then we can have little clothing packs?
That's great. What if we come up with a pet line, too? We can make cats and dogs and... What about guinea pigs?
Of course, everyone loves animals.
Oh, what about some furniture?
Yes. I have an idea. What if we call it Crafty Creations? And then we're not limited to just yarn.
That's perfect. Then we can grow our business and do all kinds of things.
Yeah. What about t-shirts and sweaters and scarves?
Animals, paintings.
Yeah, we should go gather more supplies. Let's do this.
If it was such a great idea, then why do we have so many of these things lying around?
I guess we weren't as good as salesmen as we thought. I just I love them so much, I assumed other people would love them too. Of course, that wasn't the case. We never sold more than a few, but I just couldn't bear to get rid of the ones that we had left. I put too much time and effort into them to just throw them away.
You used to play with these things all the time.
Will would join me too, only he insisted on being my dog.
Remember the smell?
Yes, it smells exactly like Grandpa's rose bushes. Ugh, I want to visit them now. I should go this summer.
Oh my gosh. Remember that one time at the lake when Will convinced you that there was a shark?
I wouldn't leave the shallows until the end of our visit. I was serious when I found out.
Hey, Ava?
Oh, look how cute you two were.
Ava, don't you think you should get back to packing now?
In a minute, oh my gosh, it's some of my old drawings. Oh, wow. These are awful.
Ava, you're leaving tomorrow.
I know. I'm working on it.
Are you even going to take any of this stuff with you?
Maybe.
Ava, you really need to get to work on this.
No, I get it. I need to get ready to start my life as an adult. I need to grow up and just move on. Now, can you just stop for 2 seconds while I finish reading this?
You know what? Fine. Obviously, you don't need me.
Well, hey, that's the first thing I said all day that I agree with. You don't need them. Hey, look, basketball pictures.
Oh, we're so small. Oh, why am I making that face?
I think it's a smile.
Oh, look, newer and less awkward basketball pictures. Huh, I almost forgot about this old thing.
Oh my gosh, we loved writing these.
How did I ever think these were good?
I still like them.
I wonder why I stopped doing this.
Yeah, why did you, Ava?
I don't really know.
Where did that imaginative little girl go? The girl with huge hopes and wild dreams. The girl who saw every piece of life as an adventure in need of a hero.
Those dreams, I don't know. Life just got in the way, I guess.
No, where'd she go, Ava? Why'd you lose her?
You're scaring me.
You can't just abandon everything like this, Ava.
We used to go shopping together. Why did that have to stop?
I miss our games of pretend.
We used to play hide and seek.
Reading bedtime stories.
Life was so much more fun when we played our games. Why did you stop?
Ava, we promised to always be together. Why are you leaving me now after being friends for years?
Why do we have to go? It's safer here. We can't let this end. You're leaving us behind. Don't go, Ava. Please, don't leave. You're safer here with us. You'll be abandoning us. You don't need to be an adult. You don't need to leave. Just stay. I'm scared. I can't do this. I can't.
Ava.
I don't want to leave you behind. I promise. I'm not trying to abandon you.
Ava, calm down. It's okay. I'm right here. You're not leaving anyone behind right now. You're still here.
But for how long?
What do you mean? Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm scared. No, petrified to leave tomorrow. What if we stop talking after we both go off to college? We'll be hours away from each other. What if we move on and forget all about each other? What if we become different people? I don't want to lose you, Charlie. You're my closest friend.
Oh, dear Ava. Hun, life is full of change. Even if we stayed in the same town for the entirety of our adult lives, change is inevitable. You can't stop time. It keeps pushing you forward, forcing you to adapt or be devoured. We're both becoming different over time, and that can be a really good thing. Life has a tendency to shape you into ways you'd never expect.
But what if we stop being friends?
Sometimes relationships, romantic or platonic, just don't work out. You can put as much time and effort into a relationship as you possibly can, and the whole thing may still fall apart. As much as I want to say we'll be friends forever, it's also very possible we could lose touch tomorrow. You can't prevent it, but you can hope, and you can enjoy the time you currently have with your loved ones. Ironically, your mom told me you've been held up here for most of the day.
I've been a bit stuck packing. I keep getting caught up in all the memories here.
It's okay to reminisce, a bit, but you can't live your life in the past. You'll end up missing something now, and for the record, graduating alone is not enough to get rid of me. You have to try a bit harder than that.
I guess that's true.
We're both becoming adults. It's time to move on. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I think I am.
Hi, Alaina. I just wanted to say congratulations on being a playwright. And I think you did a very, very good job at putting your thoughts down on paper and working to see those words then put out by other people on what was originally going to be a stage, and then it became a screen, and it's been a very exciting journey. But I think you've handled every aspect of it very well, and I commend not only your efforts, but the final product. So very good job, and I hope you keep at it in the future.